Well, good afternoon once again. We are to continue our object-oriented programming with C++, complete beginner approach. Today's day is 25th January 2019, and if you check the time, that is 12:17. You should finish day before 1. So we've done one already. That is about an overview of what programming is, who is a programmer, and some other basics. They are all in the YouTube channel, and today is the second one. And what we want to focus on, we've already also talked about the resources we'll be using, tutorial point, the PDF I made mention of, and then shape Google. And then we've seen how to set up our editor. That was in the previous video. That's the first one we did, how to set up the editor, the option, the online, the offline, how to set your IDs. We've done all this. Now what we want to look at today, I might be going a different way than like how it is in the book. The order in the book, I will not be following that. I take, for example, what we want to do today, reserve words. In a lot of the videos, it's a bit down there that you have to attend to it. But I want to talk about it right from the beginning, so that this gives a clear idea of things we'll be using, so that when I made mention of reserve word, we know what we are talking about. From the first one, I made mention of who a programmer is and his, like, how he will have to communicate with computer. You communicate with people using English, P or Hausa or Arabic or French or Dagbani or whatever, but you can't communicate with computers in that way. Computers have their own language that you have to learn, and that is the programming language. So if you are programming, you're basically like communicating with the computer using computer's own language, the language the computer understands. And we went through all the layers of those, how it started years back, the machine language, then the assembly language, then the higher language. All these ones are there. Now what we want to look at today is whichever language you pick. Just like English has, let's say, set of words you have to use, like the Oxford Dictionary, the words are there, the long one. These are the set of words you can use in English. The programming language also has the same thing. Remember in the first video I made mention of similarities between the programming language and the real language we speak. A typical example is the real language we speak, there are sentences, you have to have full stop, nouns, adjectives. These things are in programming languages, so like verb, noun and verb, they are there that you will have to know. That's the language the computer also likes to speak. Now the computer language, or whichever language you are using, also has its set of rules, like its set of words you can use, the registered words in each dictionary. Just like if you take the Oxford Dictionary, then they will tell you these are the standard English words you can use in communicating English. Of course, you can coin your own words in English the same way in programming you can coin your own words and use, but there are the standard keywords or like standard acceptable words you can use in, or you must use in whichever language you pick. So that is, those set of words is what is called reserved words. Reserved words. It's like the words in the languages you are picking, the language you are picking. So if you are picking C++, C++ has its own reserved words. And whenever you hear reserved word, it's just like how you have Oxford Dictionary containing English words that you can use to communicate in English. if you pick C++, it also has its reserved words. It's just like that's its words in dictionary that these are the words you have to use when you are communicating with computer. Also for me, you say go. C++ also has its own word for go. Maybe come in Oxford, it's a word for Oxford, like in C++ dictionary too, that will indicate come. So these are the things you have to look at. The good thing is, in the programming language or like the C++, the words in each dictionary are not many. So in fact, if you can use all the words, then you can say you've mastered the words, the language. If you know how to use all these words, where to use them, then you've mastered that. You've mastered that language. You can move on to another one. Of course, just like you can coin your own words and use not standard, but you alone. The same way you can coin your word in C++, whichever programming languages you are using, and if it's a nice word and kind of creativity in how, if you're able to convince the world that my word is good, of course it will be accepted. Just like the English dictionary, like every year, or like the Oxford words are added. In I think 2018 they added the word like updation, like we're updating something. So like now we have updation, like a legal word that has been added to the Oxford dictionary that you can use. Of course, the computer is bringing its own words that are moving into the distance. So the same way you can also create your word, and if it becomes something good, it will be accepted. For there's a body that will have to review the word, what it means, how the word works, and those things before it will be accepted. But for now, we have like 95 of those words. In the C++ dictionary, the words there are just 95. So basically, in no time you should be able to cover all those words. They are just 95. And like we even said from the first tutorial, C++ is like a build upon of C language. So some of the words are even from C. Like they are from C, so a lot of them, but there are new ones too added and new ones keep coming. So for now we have roughly about 95 of those words that we have to look at. And one of the resources I made mention of, which is the tutorial point, we can look at it from there. Yeah, so if you come here, these are the words, example of them. Okay, it should be the whole 95. Yes, so let me zoom in a bit so that we can, this is the path, reserve words. If you go here, you get a lot more information there to look at. So these are just the C++ words you'll be using in the tutorials you'll be making. Just take note of them. Yes, align as, align off, and okay, these are different versions. So just like you will see, we have Office 2000, Office 2007, Office 2010, Office 2013, Office 2016, Office, just like, so the C++, there are different releases. Different releases, just to make it better, so that there are updates. That language, there are updates. So this same set, they are different. Like that's the same thing in different versions. So these are the words. I think we have and this. Okay, if you look at the structure, it is align as since this is since this version, this is the version they are talking of. So basically these are the words: auto, bit and, bit or, boo, break, case, catch, car, or char, 16. So these are, others are dirty, but you will have to learn how to use them, like char32 _ t class, concept, constant abbreviation, so, and then constant cut, continuum, co-wait, and before, delay, do, double. That's it. So while XOR, exclusive or this everything, void, volatile, virtual, union, type name, type ID, true, try, there, throw, you should catch somewhere. Yeah, because if you throw, you will catch. So that is it. Let's see. Yes. There should be catch somewhere. The C column. Yeah, there's catch here. So that means that's why there's throw here. So of course, if you can't even remember anything right now, you're watching two words, throw and catch. It's in C++ dictionary that you have to learn. Base, through, try. They are simple words. And as we go through the program, you'll be using them. Not everybody uses everything, of course. Just like in the dictionary, not everybody knows everything. Depending on the nature of your work, there are specific ones you will have to focus on. So basically, that is it. They are just identified, and going forward, that is what you'll be using. So what it means is, if I say this one is in the C++ dictionary, it's a reserved word. What it means is it's reserved for the C++, so you cannot use it for any other thing. You can only use it to communicate with the computer. You can't use it to do any other thing yourself. It's the computer that is using those words. So that's what the reserved word means. It is reserved for the computer. If you write something like CHAR, computer knows its meaning already. So you can't say I'm going to write this word and it will mean something else. No, computer knows its meaning already. Now, aside the fact that it knows its meaning, you cannot use it to do anything. You leave it for the computer. In C++, if the computer has the word in its own dictionary, you the user cannot use it, or you the programmer cannot use it to do your own thing. Anything you have to use it for is what it has been already defined to be used for. So basically, that is what the keywords, or like the reserved words, that is what is used for. Just visit this site and then go through one by one. Now, as we continue with the programming, we will be using them. Gradually, we'll be using them, and then you get to know what basically they are. Now, here there are some of the words. If you use, it means you are storing information. Some of the words, if you use, it means you are transferring information. If some of the words, if you use, it means you are dealing with numbers. Some of the words, if you use, it means you are dealing with text. Some of them, if you use, so that is what those words represent. If let's say you want to talk about, now take for example these two, break. That means the computer is doing something repetitively. If you want to tell the computer to stop, then you say break. Then the word you have to use there is break. Now, if like continue could also be something like skip. So keep doing when you get to 11, skip. Or continue to do, if the person is older than 90, then skip, don't do his. So that is when you need situations like that. That is where you use the continuum. But and if he's doing, you get to a point you want him to stop, okay, then you say break, you put it there. Now things like do, like start adding numbers. Let's say start adding numbers, so you say do, then whatever you have to add, you add. Now it will just keep doing. If you want him to stop, you say break, then you bring the break. So you are using the computer's language to communicate with the computer's language. So that is it. And else we'll be using all these floats, go to, like friend, yes, for, if, integer, long, that int, long, module. So basically that is the reserved word C++ has. The next one we have to go to, we'll be looking at data type. I just did one on data type. It's the same concept. Anyone interested can look at it. A section of the section of the words form what is called data type. Hello, boss. Okay. A section of the words in the dictionary form what is called data type. A section of the words in the dictionary forms what is data type. And what are those type of words used for? I've done a video on it already, just right now that I uploaded. If that is it, you can have a look. It's about 1 hour, but I'll repeat it in C++. But this is another language, SQL language. So, but I'll repeat. But that's the same concept. A section of the reserved words are called, like they are grouped and together they are called data type. So our next video we will look at what those words are used for. You remember they are the computer's own words. They are called reserved words. A section of that reserved word together form what is called data type, and we can see some of them here. This is one of them. This is one of them. This is one of them. And then I think this is one of them. This is one of them. And this is one of them. So together, this type of words in the computer dictionary, what are they used for? That is the next one you'll be looking at, which is called data type. So now you've seen what a reserved word is. It's just a word. That is the language's dictionary, the words in the language dictionary. And it is the language that uses it. The computer uses it for its work. You don't have to use it for your own thing. You just have to use it to communicate with the computer. So basically that is it for reserved words, and I'll upload it right away. If anything at all, let's continue in the comment section if you need any clarification on it. Now for simple, keep it in your mind, just like English has dictionary like Oxford where English words are, the computer languages also have their own dictionaries where words are. The good thing is the computers one are short. C++, like I said earlier, it has only 95 words that you have to learn. A group of those words form what is called data type, and then our next video, God willing, we will look at what that data type means. So basically that is it for today, and then hope to see you. I'll try and do a couple of more videos this weekend, but for now the part 1 and 2 you can get yourself occupied until those ones come. So have it, and then see you some other time.